The man has been trapped in the mansion for 3 days and 3 nights although he has food and drink, but the cage-like life makes him hate the owner of the mansion. Now that his only hope has been blocked, he can only stare at the security cameras every day, but accidentally found a chance to call for help. He saw the cleaning lady outside the door and quickly ran towards the door and picked up the pan on the floor and pounded on the wooden door to call for help. But the heavy banging didn't seem to affect the cleaning lady at all. She continued to do what she was doing. Since it didn't work, he put a piece of paper with a message of help on it, but there was no gap at all. Not even a piece of paper could be put out. He was devastated, banging on the wooden door and screaming at the top of his lungs, hoping that the cleaning lady would help him. But not only did she not hear him, she had already taken the lift and left. He wished the door was open like in his dream, but it was all because he wanted to be free so badly. He was alone in this empty mansion, and instead of asking for help, he removed the chair leg and used a knife to dig a slot in the wooden leg according to the size of the nut, then stuck it to the nut and gently tightened it with a hammer, then slowly wiggled it. Unexpectedly, the nut was extremely strong and the leg didn't last more than a few seconds before it split in two and fell to the floor. And to make matters worse, the only thing left to eat in the mansion was the fish, and the weak tropical fish is not able to resist. 3 or 2 times he used a slotted spoon out of the tank and then put on the board to be chopped into meat in order to better taste, and even coated with flour to make sashimi raw fish balls. He just ate a small bite of the fish. Flavor rushed up to the sky, almost made him vomit. He quickly drank a bit of cucumber water before swallowing it down. After he was sick to his stomach, he improved his method by digging a groove in the middle of the wooden leg, then tightening the nut and turning it slowly. Finally, he was able to remove one of the nuts, and his confidence increased immediately. But the next step was not so lucky. The floor was littered with cracked boards, and he didn't know how many were left. But he didn't give up. He believed that if he kept going, he would be able to remove them all, even if he had to eat dog food. But this day there was an accident. He managed to remove another nut. Was happy that now there are only 2 nuts left on the skylight, but unfortunately, he accidentally stepped on the bottom of the foot from the platform, fell down hard. Not only his legs cut a big wound in his legs, cannot move to climb up to the platform, can only wait until his legs recovered a little bit, then say, but he couldn't wait a day. He happened to notice a smoke detector on the roof, so he remembered. He prepared a bowl and a piece of paper, then tore the paper into strips and put it into the bowl. Then used a magnifying glass to focus the sunlight to ignite the paper. Then he put all the wine he had left into the bowl. Then he poured what was left of the wine onto the bony end of the board to ignite it. Then limped into the kitchen with a torch in his hand and climbed up on the hob and smoked the smoke detector. The next moment the rain poured down on the entire mansion. He rushed to the door to call for help and tried to use the fire alarm to attract attention, but he was wrong until the sprinkler head stopped spraying and the floor was covered in water without attracting any attention. Now the only way out is to remove all the nuts. He climbed up to the high platform to remove the bulletproof skylight. Finally escaped from life. He vowed that